Hey guys, Ronin here. Welcome on back to the Retrocade. We are carrying on with our first time playthrough of Final Fantasy VI for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. As always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and ring the bell for the latest notifications of new content. We post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and every Saturday and Sunday as well, with our special Sports Saturday and Sucker Punch Sunday features. And we're now also on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at RRetrocade. That is letter R, another letter R, ETROCADE, where we'll be posting new updates and things as well. In the meantime, it was a bit more counterproductive in the last episode than I had hoped. Check the top floor of the building. Okay. Because we had tried to find some new stuff to help us get through this next part of the adventure, and ended up not finding it. We ended up going 2 steps back to hopefully help us go a little bit more forward. Didn't quite work out that way. But we did at least find the next part of the quest where we had to reach this somewhat deserted town of Zozo. Still trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. They don't seem really nice and honest. They seem like they've been slaughtered and are lying out on the street. But if we can buy some from this guy, which turn it to the back of the line. Are you telling me I can't even get stuff from this guy? Certainly appears that way. That's annoying. And we've been running into these Vice guys quite a bit. And the one real issue, of course, is that they can heal. But as we have continued to level up enough, that's helped, but again, the random encounter ratio has been cranked up to 11 in this village. Well, I'm at it in this episode. I thought to get to some more of your questions that you've submitted to me so far. And again, thanks for everybody who has stopped by and checked us out and submitted said questions. And you can leave them down in the comments below. So it looks like we were in an apartment building of some sort. But the question for today is, Ronin, what is your favorite console of all time? And that's another one of those purely subjective sort of questions. It's not a bad question, but it is a matter of, in 40 years of playing games, I've gotten some definitive opinions on pretty much all of them. And I'm not trying to be biased about this in any way. Did we get another thief glove? Change the command, steal the mug. Nice. Okay. Well, if we can get through this situation, then that should be helpful in a pinch. Because letting Locke be able to mug guys... Except we can't go any further. Why can't we go any further? Hello, big fella. Uh-oh. Ouch. Well, we took him out. That's the good news. Bad news is we paid the price for it and then some. And I am quickly running out of potions here. So let's see. Magnitude 8 attack, slam dancers. Okay, we can arrive here. Go up the stairs, follow outside. We'll path up the stairs, then the easternmost door out of the two doors since the one's locked. Okay. Get that. Okay, so we need to get to the inn. Which means I need to get off these stairs pronto. What have we in here? Okay, this is the way we came in. Alright, boys, get out of the way. I took out most of them, and go ahead. Anyway, getting back to the question of the day, what is my favorite console of all time? Having grown up playing all the pre-game Crash systems, you know, it's interesting seeing how much they have evolved over the last 40 years. You know, prior to 1983, it was all about things like the Atari and the Intellivision and the ColecoVision. Now, I never had a 2600, and in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't. Because for as revolutionary as that system was, it also helped spur what could have been the catastrophic end of video game systems as we knew it in 83, thanks to what happened with the games like E.T. and Pac-Man and all those. Skip forward to 1987 when I got my Nintendo Entertainment System. And that was truly, for being a kid from Podunk, New England, didn't grow up in an affluent family, didn't have a lot of money, didn't have a lot of creature comforts to speak of. You know, I wasn't in a military family, but we moved around between the ages of 5 and 12. I moved 6 times in 7 years. And I'm not saying that as a means to say I feel sorry for myself. It was a matter of fact of what my life was. There's the end. But getting the Nintendo Entertainment System was a big deal. And it really cannot be overstated how much that console really saved everything. Because it was for the first time you had games that were not knockoffs of ones you saw in the arcade. They were of comparable quality. The fidelity wasn't true 1-to-1 with most systems. I mean, there were still a lot of games that I was playing in arcades that didn't translate well to the NES. Even so, in spite of that, hello, we got ourselves a chainsaw. Not entirely sure who to give it to, but okay. Well, he's got a chainsaw. Or somebody's got it. What does this do? Or where did I see it? Chainsaw. Saws the enemy to bits used via the machine command. Aha! So we got an upgrade for Edgar. I'll take that. Okay. Now where do we need to go? We need to head towards the relic shop. Alright. So I could, in theory, and I'm great in theory, by the way. Not so much in anything else, but I'm great in theory. You know what? We're going to give this a try. This may blow up completely in our face, but let's find out. Against the gobbledygooks. And we'll try this out while we're at it. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, that's going to be helpful. If for no other reason than if we run into those heligigas, then... Wow. Because that thing hits like a mule. But yeah, the Nintendo Entertainment System was my go-to system for the majority of my upbringing. Like it was for most kids. You know, we didn't get a Super Nintendo. My brother, of his own accord, bought a Genesis. And as I stated when we were doing Sucker Punch Saturday, or excuse me, Sports Saturday. Oh man, that was not cool. Bring him back. Okay. Well, yeah, I was at least alive. But when my brother got the Genesis, that was our first foray into 16-bit games. And because of that, and because of his affinity for playing sports-based games, of which you could argue that the Genesis was a better platform for those type of games. Yes, I'm fully aware of and freely concede the fact that also having the having games like Sonic and having that to compete with Nintendo during the height of the console wars of the 90s. Didn't hurt either. However, going from the 8-bit to the 16-bit and skipping the Super Nintendo, I missed out on a ton of stuff. And then I went directly from pretty much my Nintendo to the PlayStation 1. And going from the 8-bit generation to the 32-bit generation almost overnight was a bit of an eye-opener. My point in laying all that out is oh, don't kill them all. Okay. My point in laying all that out is that even though I started off as a Sony kid, or as a Nintendo kid, by the time I became an adult, I was a fully fledged Sony player. To the point where I am still now. All my consoles that I have are Sony. I have a, to my left, as I'm sitting here playing this on my emulator, I have a PlayStation 2, a PlayStation 3, and a PlayStation 4. Alright, hopefully we can take this guy out and he does not cast magnitude 8. Oh, crud, we maybe have a problem here. Oh, man. Okay. Luckily, I've been stocking up on Phoenix Downs. As much as I don't want to use those elixirs, we're kind of stuck. Okay. Go back down 2 sets of stairs. That's your only option. After descending the stairs, go north 1 step, west 1 step, north, and west again. Finally 2 steps west. You'll jump across the window to the other building to the left. Alright, so we need to go back down. Ah, so we have jumped in. Okay. So when I try and decide what is my favorite console of all time, it's hard not to think about it in two contexts. Because I can look at it in terms of nostalgia. I can look at it in terms of processing power and the games that are available and the impact that they had. I can look in terms of social relevance and economic relevance. But I think the one I would have to go with is still the Nintendo Entertainment System. Because the NES, say what you will about it, and there's been a lot that's been said, good and bad. There's been a lot that's been talked about in terms of what Nintendo did to save the industry after the crash in '83. There's been a lot talked about how what they did after that, in some regards, hurt the industry even more. Because their entire approach to maintaining control of the top of the gaming market as it was coming back in the mid to late 80s. Seconds to be divided by 20, okay. And I am glad in a lot of ways that we got companies like Sega who had their run in the 90s and we got the console wars out of it because it gave Nintendo a reason to actually... That jerk just ripped off all our gil. Okay, we got it back. And we got... Wow, we got 20,000. Okay, back outside, head up. Jump from building to building when you have to. Ah, okay. So we have to do this. Now I'm understanding where we're going. But yeah, out of my favorite console of all time is still going to be the Nintendo Entertainment System. Because for what it offered, what it gave us, and how it gave it to us. You know, it was one of those moments that you'll never be able to replicate it. You know, you're never going to be able to catch lightning in the bottle the way that Nintendo did when that little gray box came out. And as I hope to illustrate on this channel, yeah, the games aren't perfect, and some of them have not aged well. I think we kind of proved that with a game like Renegade last Sunday. I don't think that's a game that... Ooh, okay, what have we here? This is something we can give... Oh, hell yeah. I will take that gladly. But there's so many games for the Nintendo Entertainment System that still hold up really well, even now, almost 40 years later. Which is staggering when you think about it. Oh man, he's double high potion. Oh, seriously? There we go. Say he had to heal up with 2 high potions and a standard potion in one string. That was not cool, but we still took him out. And we got something nice out. What did we end up getting? I think we got what's it, the jewel ring. What does this do? Prevents petrification. Okay, so that was helpful, but then again, not so much. All right. We got something over here to pick up. And, ooh, got an X potion. That'll be helpful. And hey, look who we found. We have reacquired Tina. Rama. Now, I remember Rama from Final Fantasy VII in that he was an Esper you could summon. And he was essentially a lightning god. Yep, he's the Phantom Beast Rama. That's what I thought. Some of them have a human form and can live in this world. You have nothing to fear from us. You say that, old man, but fight with one another. That's no fairy tale. We once worked together, and that was before the Great Demon War. So it looks like we're going to get a bit of an explanation as to exactly what this war was. They battled humans who stole magical powers from other Phantom Beasts. Cue the exposition! Phantom Beasts survived the fierce battle, fear that their powers would be harnessed for evil again, and fashion themselves a new realm to live in. Hunt for Phantom Beasts began. Gaspard needed the powers of the Phantom Beast to form an invulnerable army. So this is almost like the Númenórean saga in Lord of the Rings. The Númenóreans wanted immortality from the elves. They went to go get it and got punished mightily for it. Yes, I am that much of a nerd. I know my Middle-earth folklore. I regret nothing by admitting that. So Phantom Beasts are caught by the Empire and being drained of their powers at the Imperial Magic Research Institute. So that explains why they wanted that one in the cave at the beginning of the story. He locks it, dragging her across. Get back in bed, woman. That's right, relax. Relax? We just watched our thief accost her by dragging her across a carpet, so rug burns aside. Not exactly the most sporting way to care for somebody you apparently are interested in. So is Tina a Phantom Beast? Nope, she's different. All you do is give her time. You free the Phantom Beast being held captive at Gaster's Magic Research Institute. If we go there, we can save her. Okay, that there are a collection of Phantom Beasts there make me wonder whether or not if we go and rescue them, that means we're going to have some that are available to us to utilize. Your spirits swim trapped within earthly remains, small stones called Magiroks, also known in Final Fantasy VII as Magica. And we have 3 right here. So we're going to get 3 of them. Who's going to get them is the question. And Rama gave us his. Wow. See, this is much different than Final Fantasy VII. In 7, they're just, the magic exist. We don't really get a lot of information on how they're provided. And there's 4 of us. So it looks like everybody's getting one. Sacrifices can be used to save many lives, so we are counting on you. It must not be repeated. Kate Sith, Kieran, Siren. Okay, so we've got actually a couple of more death blows here that I didn't realize we had. So we go down diagonal and left. That's the aura cannon. This one, the Phoenix Dance, fire attack on all enemies. So it's all down directional and then A. And this one is X, Y, and suplex an enemy. So X, Y, up, down. Because we've only been using Rush Punch, or the Power Rush, to this point. But he's got 4 of them. And it looks like he can have as many as 8. So I'm going to have to keep this in mind. Okay. And Gao hasn't been able to leap for a while, so we're not really able to pick up on all his stuff. So what we're going to do, though, since we're at a little over half an hour, we're going to leave it here. And when we come back on Friday, we will finish up this portion of the adventure and figure out where we're going next, since we obviously can't help Tina out right now. But we know where she is. That's the important thing. So I guess we need to get everybody back together and figure out how we're going to attack the Institute and free the other Espers. So, in the meantime, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and ring the bell for the latest content. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at @RetroCade, and we'll be posting links up there throughout the week. And if you have any questions or suggestions for games you would like to see us play in the future, be sure to leave them in the comments below or on our Twitter feed. Your options are from the Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Neo-Geo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, and PlayStation 2. Also, don't miss out, I should say, on our Sports Saturday and Soccer Punch Sunday features. As always, my name is Ronin. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I will talk to you guys on Friday. Bye.